Welcome to Software Quality Now. My name is Steve, and this channel focuses on the development of high-quality, mission-critical software. In today's video, we're going to finish looking at the quality and use model found in ISO/IEC 25010:2011, SQuaRE, the ISO/IEC standard for systems and software quality requirements and evaluation. In part one of this two-part series, we looked at an overview of SQuaRE and began examining the quality and use model in more detail. In part two, we're going to finish up our look at the quality and use model by examining the 5 factors. I strongly encourage you to watch the part one video. You will find a link to part one in the description. As we've previously discussed, SQuaRE defines 2 models, quality in use and product quality. An additional standard defines a model for data quality. These models define characteristics relevant to all software products and computer systems. These models have been decomposed into factors, with some factors further decomposed into subfactors. In this video and in part one, we're focused on quality in use. We will cover the product quality model in its own series of videos. The quality and use model identifies 5 factors that are utilized to evaluate the outcome of tasks being performed by stakeholders using the services provided by a system when used in the real world by real stakeholders in one or more contexts of use. In this video, we're going to examine the 5 factors: effectiveness, efficiency, satisfaction, freedom from risk, and context coverage. Effectiveness is defined as the accuracy and completeness with which stakeholders achieve specified goals. Another way to say this is stakeholders can accomplish the tasks they need to do correctly and completely. I order a box of AA batteries from Amazon. My credit card is charged the amount I expect. My package arrives when I expect. That's a positive example of effectiveness. Now, before continuing, I want to be crystal clear about measurement of quality in use. We do not measure quality in use using a single, simple example. Measurement requires the collection of data from many interactions, mathematically combining the data to arrive at a statistically meaningful measurement. In any case, keep this in mind for effectiveness and for all the subsequent factors and subfactors. The next factor is efficiency. Efficiency is defined as the resources expended in relation to the accuracy and completeness with which stakeholders achieve goals. Resources to complete a task include time, materials, and financial cost of usage. Restated, users get their tasks done in an acceptable time frame without using excessive resources, system and otherwise, and for a reasonable expense. I lose my power at my home. I call customer service at the power company to report the outage. I'm placed on hold for 45 minutes, waiting for the next available agent. Sitting on hold for that amount of time required to accomplish my goal of reporting a power outage is an inefficient use of my time. A measurement here would probably involve amount of time on hold and maybe the number of dropped calls. The third factor is satisfaction. Satisfaction is defined as the degree to which the stakeholder needs are satisfied when a product or system is used in a specified context of use. A stakeholder's satisfaction is a function of their response to the use of the system and their attitude toward the product's use. Satisfaction is broken down into 4 subfactors: usefulness, trust, pleasure, and comfort. First, usefulness. Usefulness is defined as the degree to which the results and consequences of use satisfy stakeholder goals. Rephrased, stakeholders are content with the use of the system and the outcome of the tasks they accomplish. I put a new sensor for my CGM, or continuous glucose monitor, and it reports I have low blood sugar. When I check my blood sugar using my meter, that requires a finger prick, I find that the sensor needs to be recalibrated. I'm dissatisfied with the CGM and question its usefulness. The second satisfaction subfactor is trust. Trust is defined as the degree to which the stakeholder has confidence in the behavior of the system. Restated, stakeholders are confident in what the system does and how it does it. In the usefulness counterexample above, the CGM did not accurately report my blood sugar. I can't trust the CGM to accurately report my blood sugar. The next satisfaction subfactor is pleasure. Pleasure is defined as the degree to which the stakeholder derives pleasure from the use of the product or system to satisfy their needs. Said another way, stakeholders enjoy using the system. When the CGM is correctly reporting my blood sugar and the insulin pump can administer the appropriate amount of insulin to maintain a healthy blood sugar level, I am one happy camper. The final satisfaction subfactor is comfort. Comfort is defined as the degree of physical comfort associated with the use of the product or system. Rephrased, stakeholders do not experience physical discomfort when accomplishing their tasks. When the CGM does not accurately report my blood sugar, I must constantly prick my finger to measure my blood sugar with my meter. Poking holes in my fingers makes me decidedly uncomfortable. The next quality and use factor is freedom from risk, and that is defined as the degree to which a product or system avoids or mitigates the potential economic risk, the risk to life, health, or the environment. Risk is a function of the likelihood of occurrence of an event, the likelihood of the adverse consequences, and if the risk is realized, the seriousness of the consequences. Another way to say this is, the system does not expose the stakeholders to unnecessary risks, or it mitigates risks that cannot be avoided. Freedom from risk is broken down into three subfactors: economic risk mitigation, health and safety risk mitigation, and environmental risk mitigation. Freedom from risk subfactor, economic risk mitigation. Economic risk mitigation is defined as the degree to which a product or system mitigates the potential risk to financial status, efficient operation, commercial property, reputation, or other resources in the intended contexts of use. From time to time, a company with an online presence will have a file containing encrypted or hashed passwords stolen. Using that file, bad actors can reverse engineer user accounts and passwords. Users subsequently have their credentials stolen and unauthorized individuals gain access to their account information. The company's reputation is severely damaged and is exposed to grave legal consequences. Customers invariably cancel their accounts, and the enterprise suffers financially. The second freedom from risk subfactor is health and safety risk mitigation. Health and safety risk mitigation is defined as the degree to which a product or system mitigates the potential risk to people in the intended contexts of use. When my insulin pump and CGM are working properly, my blood sugar is maintained at a healthy level. If my blood sugar drops too low or goes too high, it sounds an alarm, alerting me to the issue so that I can take the appropriate corrective action beyond what the insulin pump has already done. The final freedom from risk subfactor is environmental risk mitigation. Environmental risk mitigation is defined as the degree to which a product or system mitigates the potential risk to property or the environment in the intended context of use. Imagine that you're the founder of a small online startup that sells organic fruit to subscribers. The fruit that is sent to subscribers is obtained directly from farms and orchards, certified to be organic producers. Unfortunately, it's been a bad season for one of these suppliers, and they substituted produce from other sources to avoid losing their contract. Testing the fruit from that supplier subsequently reveals the presence of inorganic pesticides. Fortunately, the fruit from that supplier was tested prior to being shipped to subscriber. The subscriber's contract is canceled, financial penalties are imposed, and the supplier's reputation is damaged. Now, you may be thinking, wait a minute, Steve, the environmental risk has still occurred. It has not been avoided. Yeah, that may be. But if that small startup had shipped that tainted fruit to subscribers, it would have legally assumed that risk. Risk management is a big subject, and I may very well devote a future video to this. Context coverage, the last quality and use factor, is defined as the degree to which a product or system can be used with effectiveness, efficiency, satisfaction, and freedom from risk in both specified contexts of use and in contexts beyond those explicitly identified. There are two context coverage subfactors, completeness and flexibility. Completeness is defined as the degree to which a product or system meets the other four quality and use factors for all the specified contexts of use. Someone builds software to compete with Amazon, and it works great when used from the browser on a laptop computer or from the app on a smartphone. On this equipment and in this circumstance, the user could search for products, put products in the cart, and buy their products. However, if used from the browser on a smartphone, product searches returns partial results, and the cart sometimes fails to update when products are put in the cart. Context coverage subfactor, flexibility. Flexibility is defined as the degree to which a product or system meets the other four quality and use factors in contexts not initially specified in the requirements. Not taking flexibility into account might result in safety or legal issues when used in unintended contexts. Flexibility can be accomplished by detecting contexts that are not supported and disabling capabilities or disallowing use. Flexibility can be supported through ease of modification to adapt to any new contexts of use. Once revised, this new context is covered by the above context completeness subfactor. In the previous example, the software that is intended to be competitive with Amazon does not work properly using a smartphone browser. If the software product detects that it is being used on an unsupported browser and redirects the user to an information page that urges them to download the app for their phone rather than presenting the user with a product search page. So, SQuaRE, Systems and Software Quality Requirements and Evaluation, defines two models, quality and use and product quality. An additional standard defines data quality factor. Quality and use is a collection of 5 factors that are used to evaluate the outcome of tasks being performed by stakeholders using the services provided by a system when used in the real world by real stakeholders in one or more contexts of use. The factors are effectiveness, efficiency, satisfaction, freedom from risk, and context coverage. These factors are used to guide the identification of properties that need to be measured. While we need to be aware of the quality and use factors, we are primarily going to be focused on delivering a mission-critical, high-quality system. And that's where product quality model comes into play. Look for a future series of videos on SQuaRE product quality. This is Steve. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Your support makes it possible for me to continue making these videos. See you for the next video